Morning, peeps. How's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone is doing very, very well. It's another hot day in London today, isn't it? Another hot day. Yesterday was boiling, like uncomfortably boiling. But they're saying today is going to be as hot. It's hot now. It's hot now. I've got a fan over there that I'm tempted to put on, but I feel like it would be too loud for the video. So we're just going to have to suffer through this. I say suffer. I mean, it's only heat, innit? I mean, I lived in Africa for a few years and it's not exactly cold over there. It's way hotter over there. But the thing is about Africa, especially when I was living in Nigeria, is that most houses have AC. Like nearly every house I went to, in fact, has air conditioning, just standard. So although it's hot outside, inside it's nice and cool. Obviously, we don't have ACs over here because why would you? It's mostly cold over here. So we've just got little fans that don't really do much, do they? Like, they don't do much. Like, I put it in my bedroom yesterday. It didn't do anything. I was still boiling. All right, what do you think of the new sign placement? I think that's perfect. Yeah, I agree. I think that's perfect. And obviously the God, the man, the legend over there, Muhammad Ali. So that's going to be like the new setup for now, unless I change something. I don't know. I probably will. I keep changing, don't I? But I think it's good to have Ali. I've actually got, I don't know if you guys can see the other Ali picture I've got over there, the framed one, which I've had for years. I've got another one over there. You've got to have Ali in your house, innit? You can't be if you're a boxing fan watching this and you don't have anything of Muhammad Ali in your house, sort it out. Sort it out. You got to have the GOAT in the house. And he is the GOAT, let's be honest. It's still hot. I've got the windows open. It's a bit loud. I think this mic does the job, but I don't know. All right, let's have a look and see what we can talk about. I've not had a look at this. I don't know. Normally, I have a quick look. I can't lie to you. Normally, I have a quick look. This time, nothing. What's this? WBC president, Fury Wilder winner, has to make mandatory defense. Let's put this down. All right, we've spoken about this enough. It looks like, though, that this is going to happen now. 110% looks like Dillian Whyte's going to get his shot, which is the right thing to do. It's 110% the right thing to do. If it doesn't happen that way, it just sends out a bad message to those boxers that are trying to put themselves in #1 and mandatory positions. Almost, because that should be the guarantee, right? You get there, you work hard, you fight who you're supposed to fight, you pay your sanctioning fees, then that somehow just gets taken away from you and someone else gets your shot or someone else jumps in front of you. That's not how it should be. I even don't, look, even this thing about undisputed being bigger than a mandatory, so undisputed kind of almost like tell the mandatory to F off, right? I don't even like that. I feel like mandatories and mandatories, get them out of the way and then let's work on fixing this broken boxing game. And I think the first thing that should be fixed is just mandatory, just getting their shot when they're supposed to get their shot. Nothing else happening. And I think it looks like it's going to happen for Dillian Whyte. So I am happy. Did that make any sense, people? I felt like I just went all over the place there. I'm not sure. It is 8:30 in the morning, right? I've not actually fully drunk this coffee. So maybe I'm still half asleep. Tyson Fury trolling AJ here. Tyson Fury not convinced Anthony Joshua will reach the unification. You know, I'm laughing because I'm not 100% convinced either. True, guys. I'm not 100% convinced. I do think that Tyson Fury's definitely got the hardest path to get there, right? If you're saying what's the hardest path, Tyson Fury's got Wilder, yeah, and Dillian Whyte. If that's what is going to happen, AJ's probably going to have Pulev and then maybe Usyk. So yeah, by the way, talks of AJ Fury summer 2021, that's dead. Park yourself, mate. That ain't happening. The earliest you're looking at that fight happening is winter 2021. So we're talking November, December, earliest. 2022 is more likely, you know. It's crazy, right? We're in June 20, June 2020, and I'm talking about AJ Fury possibly 2022. Yeah, I doubt that fight's happening. But who do you guys think's got the hardest kind of route there? If that is the route, who do you think? Wilder, White, Pulev, Usyk? I feel like Usyk's the one in it. Usyk's the one where everyone's like, not too sure. I think most people, if you were to ask, think that Fury get past Wilder. Let's be honest, he will. Sorry, I need to talk about. I saw something yesterday. Is it Fannin TV or something like that? Could be wrong. I don't want to get this guy's name wrong. I think it is Fannin TV. And basically, that they were accusing Fury of all sorts. They were saying that Fury, or not they, one person was saying Fury should be banned, drug cheat, tried to kill Deontay Wilder, had loaded gloves, they poisoned Deontay Wilder. I mean, you got to be careful, mate. You can get your ass sued for that kind of stuff. Like, I feel like I go on far on this chair. Like, when I sit on this chair, I feel like I say anything. But even I'm a bit cautious. I mean, I'm guessing, is he part of the LDBC thing or LBDC? I'm sure you guys have watched it. I have not, like, that's the first time it's been brought to my attention. And I watched it and I was like, these allegations are strong. Like, I'm an allegation person. You guys know, I will chuck it out there. If it sticks, it sticks. But these allegations were like a bit wild. Like, to poison Wilder, that Fury steroids or something, and that the gloves were loaded because Wilder had certain lumps on his head or something along those lines. Boy, I don't know. Anyway, back to it. Wilder, I think Fury will get rid of. Dillian White, yeah, we think Fury will get rid of him as well. But those are tough fights. Pulev, are we sleeping on Pulev? I don't know, I hope not. And Usyk. Usyk's the danger one, isn't it? I really need to see how Chisora handles Usyk before I can even class Usyk as a top heavyweight. I need to see it. Yes, I know he was a fantastic cruiserweight, but a lot of his goodness was his movement for me. It was so good the way he was to move. And not only that, but his work rate. So it was his movement and his work rate. Can he do that at heavyweight? We'll soon find out. But yeah, Tyson Fury trolling. Andy Ruiz starts training camp for 2020 ring return. Andy Ruiz should permanently be in training camp. Not even dissing here. Andy Ruiz, who is far too heavy at his height for a heavyweight, should be in training camp 365 days a year. Right? This thing, most boxers, obviously they go gym, right? Some of them take a lot of time out. By the way, some just take months out, by the way, and I know that for a fact, and then start training camp. But some will go to the gym, will hit the bag, do a bit of pad work, and then obviously a training camp starts. So they're in a relatively good shape before the training camp starts. Most, actually I wouldn't say most, I'd say it's about a 50-50 split with guys that just literally, especially the top guys. So not the guys that are still hungry, but the top guys will literally just stop. And then if a fight's in March, they'll start. So let me word this correctly. So if they have a fight scheduled in May, for example, they will start camp February, March, April, February. And I'm trying to tell you, before February, a lot of these guys ain't doing shit. They ain't doing shit. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. We saw this thing the other day which said that boxing was the hardest sport in the world. If it's the hardest sport in the world, I'm sorry, you need to be fucking in that gym pretty much every day. You can have a day off. You can have maybe 2 days off a week, but you need to be in that gym every single day. That's what I personally believe. You need to be in and around your weight class. So if you're a 147 pounder, you should not go above 160. You should not go above 160. You should be in and around your weight class 365 days a year. That's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. And look, I probably am wrong, right? Because these guys all have strength and conditioning coaches. They all have the latest technology, that they know what they're doing. But I'm talking from a standpoint of when I go out there and see other athletes. You guys know I work for Sky, so I do interview footballers. I speak to, these guys are in shape all the time, even during the off season. And people might say, oh, but their seasons throughout the year. Even the period where their season stops, these guys have still got their own, what's the phrase here I'm looking for? Help me, guys. It's like their own timetables of what they should be doing, so they don't go too far out of shape. I think boxers, don't know. Anyway, back to Andy Ruiz starting a training camp. It's good, right, that they say for 2020 ring return here. So are we going to see Andy Ruiz in 2020? That would be good. I would like to see that. But yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing with this video. I feel like I'm just going way too far into each subject. Tyson Fury, I was offered peanuts for Mike Tyson exhibition fight. It was crazy. Yeah, I heard that Tyson Fury was offered $10 million by Showtime to fight Mike Tyson. 10 million. Yeah, that is silly, isn't it? Tyson Fury versus Mike Tyson. I don't know what's going on with this Mike Tyson thing. Obviously, we've seen another sort of little put together montage of him smashing the pads and looking great. And look, he does look great, let's be honest. I mean, Mike Tyson right now has a six-pack, or at least I think I saw a six-pack at 53 years of age. He's probably eating and living healthier than he did through the, 30% portion of his boxing career, maybe half of his boxing career. Mike Tyson openly talked about taking cocaine and drinking and partying way too much. He probably doesn't do as much of that anymore. He probably doesn't. He's training, I don't know if you guys know or you've seen, but he does train with Vitor Belfort. Vitor Belfort, former MMA legend. I say former, he's still an MMA legend. You can't be a former MMA legend, can you? But former UFC legend is what I meant to say. So I do believe that Mike Tyson might be on the good stuff as well. Vitor Belfort was definitely taking a lot of testosterone replacement therapy, I think it's called, TRT, and he was killing people in the UFC, waxing them. So I don't know, man. What is going on? Is Mike Tyson actually having a fight? Is it done? Because it looks like it's done. The idea is done now. It really was sort of heightened about 3-4 weeks ago. Now it seems to have gone quiet. So I do wonder if they've reached out to investors and backers and people are a bit, nah. I do wonder. I wouldn't mind him having an exhibition fight, you know. Not a real fight, just an exhibition fight. I wouldn't mind. What's this? More from Tyson Fury. Again, trolling. I'm guessing all this that I'm reading is coming from his interview of Kugan Cassius, IFL TV. Tyson Fury vows to hire Breland if Deontay Wilder fires him. Deontay Wilder ain't firing him. That would be silly. And I think Tyson Fury would hire him, by the way. I think he's that kind of person. All right, what else have we got here? Anything of interest? All right, again, another Tyson Fury story. I might just well call this Tyson Fury Day. There's other stories here, but nothing great. Tyson Fury, Bob Arum decide to remove Kinahan, will not be involved in future fight talks. That's BS. Let's call it what it is, people. I do not believe that for a second. What they mean, and I'll translate this for you into no BS, is we won't mention Kinahan again. That's all it means. Obviously, Tyson Fury mentioned him on his Instagram, and that kind of blew up everything, right? It blew up everything. A lot of people were angry. Irish Parliament spoke about it. A lot of people were fielding Eddie Hearn with questions. Shout out to Rob Tebbett, who I think was the first person to actually ask the questions. I mean, me and Rob were going to sit down. We've just been so busy. We were going to sit down on last week sometime, and we were going to talk about this AJ. No, it must be 2 weeks ago. We were going to talk about this AJ Fury deal. And Rob was like, Ade, I can't lie to you. I can't sit down and talk with you unless we're going to talk about the Daniel Kinahan situation. And most people are shying away from talking about it. And he was like, we've got to talk about it, or I'm not going to talk about Fury Wilder. Sorry, I'm not going to talk about Fury AJ. And I was like, bloody hell, Rob, like, what do you want to say about it? It's a touchy subject. And it was like, we've got to talk about it. That's how keen Rob was to bring it up. And credit to him, because again, not a lot of people want to bring it up. Look, Eddie Hearn, I think was it the interview with Boxing Social or Kugan Cassius, where he said that pretty much compared Kinahan to Al Heyman. So he said that Kinahan has been working in boxing for ages. He's the guy that you kind of go to when you want a deal done, or the deal done, because he couldn't really work with Bob and Frank. So yeah, so you're not going to remove that person. So what they're talking about removing Kinahan, that's not really happening. What they mean is that he will still be there, but in the background. They tried to bring him to the foreground. It blew up, put him in the back again. That's all it is. Because again, the way Eddie made it sound in that interview, I'm pretty sure it was with Kugan Cassius, you know, but he made it sound like Kinahan is pretty much the same as Al Heyman. So you're not going to get rid or remove a guy like that. You're just not. You're just not going to mention him. And I do wonder why Tyson Fury decided to mention him, because that's where all the problems came from, let's be honest. So yeah, I don't think you're going to hear anyone thanking Kinahan anytime soon. All right, what else we got? Okay, Eubank Jr. I know I can beat Canelo. I'd go in there to destroy. I don't think Chris Eubank Jr. can beat Canelo. In fact, I'm pretty sure he can't. He would go in there and he would make it a good fight. And I think I've said this, like, I would prefer to see, from just a fan watching a fight, right, just an exciting barroom brawl, I would prefer to see Eubank Jr. versus Canelo than Billy Joe Saunders versus Canelo. I think Billy Joe Saunders would be like a tactical match, right? I think we all can agree with that. I think Eubank Jr. don't have those tactical skills. He'll just go in there and throw leather. And you know what? He's got a good chin. He has got a good chin. I mean, George Groves can fucking crack. And not like he went down. He got caught with a few big right-handers from George Groves and stood there still. So I'd like to see it. I actually would like to see it. I'm trying to think. I think I'd prefer to see that than most fights at 160 or 168, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, I would. Do I think he would win? No. Do I think it would be exciting for 6 or 7 rounds? Absolutely. Do I think Canelo would stop him? Possibly. That's no guarantee, you know. Possibly. Again, Eubank Jr., I don't know if Eubank Jr. can punch, but Eubank Jr. has definitely got a chin, and we know he's got crazy work rate. It'll be very interesting to see what happens next with Eubank Jr., because I think they need to go. They need to go now. Last year was just a write-off, let's be honest. It's been very disappointing. He didn't build on that James DeGale win. It's a solid win. I know James DeGale retired and all the injuries, etc., but solid win. Didn't build on it at all. Almost like Callum Smith didn't build off the George Groves win. Like 2 good wins for 2 British boxers, and they've just kind of plateaued a bit, if I'm honest with you. Not just them, Billy Joe Saunders as well. So I think there are names at 160 or 168 for Eubank Jr., but Charlo's the one, right? Charlo's middleweight champion. I think we forget that. He is WBC middleweight champion. Remember, Canelo is a franchise champion. So we'll see what happens. Oh, what is this? De La Hoya on possible comeback. I'm really considering it. Stop right there. How old's Oscar? I keep forgetting how old he is. Not that matters. Well, it kind of does matter, actually. If he's 55, he isn't going to fight again. I think he's like 44, 45. How old is he? 47. Yeah, stop. He just wants to, I don't even know why he's put that out there, but he said something along the lines of he wants to see how Mike Tyson looks, and then he'll decide if he wants to come back. Like, it's just, yeah. All right, we'll end on this one. I don't know how long this video has been, maybe not too long. Taylor Serrano. I did a video a few days ago saying that Serrano's manager had said that Serrano was asked to take a 50% pay cut, and as a result, she's not taking the Katie Taylor fight. It's come out now, I think from Eddie Hearn and Lou DiBella, that wasn't the case, and that Serrano is going to be paid her. So I'm guessing she was asked, that the manager just wouldn't make that up. So I'm guessing she was asked to take a full pay cut, and they said no. And by that, he assumed that the fight was off. I think Eddie Hearn has now come out and said, no, that Serrano is going to get the full whack. And so Serrano-Taylor will be on. I'm hoping that it does happen within this Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, back garden thing. I think they're going to announce all the fights which are going to happen in that month of July and August. So 2 months, sorry, tomorrow, Friday. So let's hope that Taylor Serrano is one of those fights. Personally, I'd like to see Taylor versus Pursoon. Personally, that's what I'd like to see. But Serrano's unbeaten. I just think Serrano might be too small. I'm pretty sure she normally, even though she's like an 8-weight world champion, something ridiculous, I'm pretty sure her weight is 126. And we know that Katie Taylor's now fine at, what, 135. So I think she's too small, but we'll see. I think that is it. There is other bits and bobs, but we'll leave them for another day. Peace.